So 2019 has been quite the year for me, really. It's had its ups and downs, but if I'm being completely honest, this has probably been the best year of my life so far. I've struggled a lot, however, this year, with my depression and anxiety becoming quite bad, with me having panic attacks and breakdowns in work and whilst filming videos, which isn't very fun, but hey, no year can be completely free of horrible moments. I've dealt with loss, lots and lots of stress, stalkers, not really going to get into that one however, and an actual frigging attempted burglary. This one I will delve into a little bit though, as it's a little bit of a funny / weird story. So I was at home one day practicing the dance to Mic Drop. Never ended up uploading this one due to anxiety whilst filming. It was summer, so, you know, it can get a little bit warm, and naturally it's a very movie dance, and I got thirsty. So I walked casually into the kitchen to get myself a drink, and then BAM! The door slammed in my face. Me thinking this was my mum who did it and that there was a neighbour's cat in the kitchen or something, I thought nothing of it, and the figure I saw in there was crouched down in a corner wearing black, which is what my mum tends to wear all the time, so I thought everything was fine. I even jokingly said, "Oh, all right, you only wanted a drink, that's a bit mean," and walked back into the living room. But you see, the cat which I thought could be in the kitchen, I love this cat, so I thought, I'm gonna say hi. So I skipped along back to the kitchen door and called out for my mum, making sure it was okay to come in, and my mum did reply, but from upstairs, and that's when I realised, oh, there's someone in there. I then stood there thinking, well, this is happening, and just called out, Mum, there's someone in the kitchen. And of course she didn't believe me, but came down the stairs with a baseball bat, just in case, as you do. She opened the door to see the window wide open and the figure I saw was gone, but they'd actually gone through some of the bags. Did you see my bag? Did you see my bag? Am I right? Sorry, that was awful. Anyway, long story short, next door neighbour was arrested, released, and now arrested again. And that's when the panic attacks and anxiety appeared. Yet again, every time that I was alone, I would get panicky because in my head I kept going back to me going into the kitchen, and if I had just gone straight back into the kitchen, who knows what could have happened. But yeah, let's talk about all the good things that happened this year. First things first, found out I was going to be an aunt for the first time. Very exciting, but sorry bro, she's gonna be spoiled. I also saw Panic at the Disco for the first time live in March, a band that I've always wanted to see since I was a kid, and strangely enough, when I saw them, it was exactly 12 years to the day that I saw My Chemical Romance in the exact same place. Also, they're coming back, woohoo! And yeah, I was that kid that listened to a lot of emo type music back in the day, but you know, listen to the voice on this human. That's just not fair. Then in May, I entered my first ever dance competition and actually won third place. I never thought I would get into the finals, let alone win third place on the first ever competition I have ever entered. I've realised that I've actually come a long way from where I began, from the girl who was too scared to dance in front of a camera, let alone in front of a load of people, and who got picked on for what I listened to now, where I'm entering competitions and performing my somewhat lack of skills, seriously, I don't know what I'm doing, in front of so many people and just enjoying myself. It was seriously one of the best days of my life. I met so many amazing people that were there just to have fun and to enjoy the day, and to be honest, it was just amazing. Also did my first ever dance challenge. Turns out all those dance covers I do, cannot remember them afterwards. Then June hit and another best day ever. I finally got to see BTS live in Wembley, a band I never thought I'd get to see live, because when they first debuted, sounding old now, I thought, wow, this group are amazing, and they very quickly became my favourite group, but they were nowhere near as big as they are now. And living in the UK, your chances of seeing a K-pop group back in the day were very few and far between. I did try and see them last year in October, but they were sold out pretty quickly, so I went to see Phantom of the Opera instead. But then, quick story, whilst getting the tickets for this one, I actually originally had front row seats, basically, and I was ready and prepared to pay the rather large price for those seats, but I got way too excited, scrolled up on my phone. Now, everyone who has tried to buy tickets on their phone know never to scroll up too far for a very obvious reason, but I unfortunately did. The page reloaded and I was put straight back into the queue. So really, I'm incredibly lucky to have still managed to get seats. Yes, it was all the way at the back and everything was tiny except the screen, but it was still amazing. There were lots of tears for myself. Finally got a light stick, and during J-Hope's Just Dance, it decided to stop working, so now it only lights up green. It was a really expensive light stick, and I'm really sad about it, but yes, lots of crying involved, for good reasons, and I got to go into the Burberry store, and the floor was really bouncy and soft, and I got to see a life-size Pikachu, so yay, London. Woohoo! In August, I actually went to my first ever dance workshop with Theo Song. The last time I had any sort of lesson in dance was back when I was about 6 years old in ballet, so this was a very cool and very new experience for me. He was a backup dancer for BTS on their Love Yourself tour and has worked with Mamamoo and 4 Minute, to name a few, so in other words, the dude is cool and obviously knows his stuff. Unfortunately, I do not know anything, and I forever will have a visual representation of me giving up. But I enjoyed it anyway, and it was fun. And then in October there was another K-pop dance competition in London this time, so I thought, I'll send in a video and give it a go, not expecting anything whatsoever again, and I was invited to the final. Unfortunately, no one could go with me this time, so I went to London on my own, so I can now officially say that I am a grown-up. A pretty awful one, but one nonetheless. It was just another fantastic day. Did the entire dance with my shoelace undone. You can see here the exact moment I noticed, but the song already started and I thought, well, here goes nothing. Hence the slight late start. But again, I met a bunch of really nice and crazy talented people, and we all just had a brilliant time. So yeah, 2019 has been crazy for me. I think I've uploaded more videos this year than I ever have done before, and I'm just so excited to see what the next year holds. I hope and wish you all the best, and here is to a new year and a whole new decade. 2020, here we go! Also, does this mean we can all be like snazzy like the 20s now? Oh, also here is that decade difference thing everyone seems to be doing. Am I cool yet?